Welcome to a lesson on adding whole numbers. The goals of this video are to define whole numbers, define place value of whole numbers, and also to add whole numbers. Whole numbers are the numbers that you probably use most often in your life. Whole numbers consist of all of the natural numbers or counting numbers as we see here and 0. Here we see a very straightforward addition problem of two whole numbers. We have 1 plus 2 equals 3, which means if we take one item and we add two more items, we have a total of 1, 2, 3 items. The numbers being added are called the addends. So in this case, the addends would be 1 and 2, and the answer is called the sum. So in this problem, 3 is the sum. Now, one key to adding whole numbers is knowing place value. Starting with the rightmost digit of a whole number, we would have the ones, the tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and millions. So for example, if we wanted to write this number in expanded form to represent the place value of each digit, we could write this number in this table. So this 1 represents 10,000. This 5 is in the thousands place value, so this represents 5,000. The 2 is in the hundreds, so this represents 200. The 6 is in the tens, so that represents 60. The 4 is in the ones, so that represents 4. So this expanded form shows what each digit represents in this number based upon its place value. Okay, so here's the procedure for adding whole numbers. We're going to write the sum in vertical form and line up the corresponding place values, and then we'll add by starting with the ones column and then work our way left. We will have to carry if the sum of any column is a two-digit number. So here's an example, 348 plus 73. We'll write this in vertical form, so we'll write down 348. And then writing this in vertical form, we'll line up the 7 in the tens column with this 4 in the tens column. And we'll line up the 3 with the 8 in the ones column. And now we'll find this sum by adding the columns starting with the ones column. 8 plus 3 would be 11. 11 would be a 1 in the tens column and a 1 in the ones column. So we write down the 1 in the ones column when we carry the 1 over to the tens column. Now when we add the digits in the tens column, we have to add 1 plus 4 plus 7. Well, that would be 12. So we write down the 2 in the tens column, and we carry the 1 over to the hundreds column. So for the hundreds column, we have 1 plus 3, which would be 4. Our sum is 421. Here we have 14,389 plus 6,846. Let's write it vertically. Notice all of the place values are lined up vertically. Let's go ahead and start to find the sum of each column, starting in the ones. 9 plus 6 would be 15. So we write down the 5 in the ones column and carry a 1 to the tens column. 1 plus 8 plus 4 would be 13. So we write down the 3 and carry the 1. 1 plus 3 plus 8, that would be 12. Write down the 2, carry the 1. 1 plus 4 plus 6, that would be 11. Write down the 1, carry a 1. 1 plus 1 would be 2. Our sum is 21,235. Here we have 7,004,585 plus 86,942. Let's write it in vertical form. Starting in the ones, we have 5 plus 2, that would be 7. In the tens, we have 8 plus 4, that would be 12. We write down the 2 and carry the 1. 1 plus 5 plus 9, that's going to give us 15. Write down the 5, carry the 1. 1 plus 4 plus 6, that's 11. Write down the 1, carry the 1. 1 plus 0 plus 8, that would be 9. Notice in the next column we just have a 0. The next column is just a 7. So our sum is 7,091,527. Now let's take a look at a word problem. The current balance of your checking account is $204. If you deposit your paycheck for $748 and a rebate check for $149, what will the new balance of your checking account be once the checks have cleared? So we have $204 in our checking account, and then we add our deposit of $748 and then add the rebate check for $149. So we want to find the sum of these three numbers. So as long as we line up the place values, we can add all three of these at the same time. We have 204, 748, and 149. And we'll follow the same procedure. We'll start with the ones column. 4 plus 8 would be 12, plus 9, that would be 21. So we write down the 1 and carry the 2 into the tens column. Here we have 0 plus 4 plus 4, that's 8, plus the 2 that we carry, that would be 10. So we write down the 0 and carry the 1 to the hundreds column. So here we have 2 plus 7 plus 1, that's 10 plus 1, which would be 11. So the new balance in the checking account will be $1,101. Okay, that's going to do it for adding whole numbers. I hope you found this video helpful.